Welcome to Tulum, Mexico and the beautiful Tulum Beach. This video is going to take you for a walk on the beach and check out the seaweed situation. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Tulum, Mexico. Just for context, we have a map here. We have circled Tulum. Now Tulum is 6 kilometers from the famous area right here, which is the Tulum ruins and beach. And it's also 6 kilometers from this area right here, which is a hotel zone on the beach. Look at that beach. Tulum has a beautiful beach, beautiful water, beautiful sand. It is a little piece of paradise here. We're gonna go for a walk and there is the seaweed situation. I wanna give you a little background here on Tulum. Tulum has a new airport that just opened up. December 1st, domestic flights started coming in. March 1st, international flights are coming in. So this beach and Tulum are gonna explode with tourism. This will not look like this in 5 years. This is still fairly remote. There's not a lot of people. There's 4 people on the beach there. Look at this beach. It is gorgeous. So you've got the airport opening up, but you also have the Mayan train that's going to be going up and down the coast here of Yucatán, and it will be connecting a number of these cities. And Tulum, with its beaches and with its ruins, this place is going to explode with tourism. So if you want to get down here and see it in its raw form, you better get here in the next couple years. Now regarding the seaweed situation, there is a huge seaweed sea 500 miles off the coast here. It's supposed to be here in the next few weeks. Last year they predicted that the seaweed would arrive on shore here up and down the Yucatán beaches April 1st. I was here documenting it. It started February 15th. Now they're also saying that the seaweed that's coming this way is 5 times the amount of seaweed that was coming last year at this time. This is going to be a horrible year when it comes to seaweed. Well, what is this seaweed situation? What is this sargassum? What is the difference between seaweed and sargassum? Sargassum is a type of seaweed or brown algae that spends its life on the ocean surface and floats in large masses. Unlike red tide and blue-green algae, sargassum isn't harmful in the water. In fact, it's an important fish habitat that provides food and refuge for fish, birds, crabs, shrimp, and many other marine organisms. Okay, so this seaweed, when it's out in the water, is supposedly not bad. Question is, can you swim with sargassum? So if you came here in another few weeks and you saw some seaweed out in the water, can you swim with it? Experts advise you avoid touching or swimming near seaweed to avoid stinging by organisms that live in it. There are jellyfish in this seaweed. So do not rub up against it. Don't go swimming near it for fear that you're going to get stung by organisms in the seaweed. You should use gloves if you handle the seaweed. Also, stay away from the beach if you experience irritation or breathing problems from hydrogen sulfide, at least until symptoms go away. Close windows and doors if you live near the beach. What is this hydrogen sulfide and why do they make reference to it? Well, I'm going to tell you there's some issues here when this seaweed gets ashore. Is sargassum or the seaweed harmful to humans? Prolonged exposure to hydrogen sulfide, which tends to occur in areas with decomposing sargassum. So decomposing seaweed or sargassum starts roughly 48 hours after it's out of the water and it's on the beach. This decomposing seaweed can cause upper airway irritation, nausea, headaches, vertigo, confusion, memory loss, and neurocognitive impact. So this seaweed in the water, fine. If it's out there, don't swim near it, don't brush up against it. But once it comes to shore here, after 48 hours, it starts to decompose, ferment, and it is toxic. Why am I reading and telling you about that right now? Because I know that this seaweed right here has been on shore for more than 48 hours. This is the toxic kind. It's a little bit more light colored when it comes to shore, but the darker it gets, the more it is fermenting and decomposing. That's the problem. Now, the issue with Tulum and the beach area here is different because I just put a video out on Saturday of the Playa del Carmen seaweed situation. In Playa del Carmen, they are up every morning and they are cleaning the seaweed off the beach and the garbage. Unlike Tulum here, there is garbage all over this beach here, plastic, wrappers. Why would you let that happen in this paradise? Look at that beach. The people here in Tulum are not cleaning up this seaweed, hence it's fermenting and it's bad for you. So I'm going to walk down the beach here, and we know that tourism is going to explode here in the next couple years. There are no throughways or roads that give you access to the beach in Tulum here. In Playa del Carmen, every 500 meters is a major street that comes down to the beach. Why is that important? In Tulum here, you cannot get any tractors. You can't get any major machinery down here to pick up this seaweed. And hence, it just, once it gets here, it just lays on the beach and it decomposes and it's bad for you. Now let's look at this little mystic sign here. You can see this resort, and this is where we're staying, is that there's a clump of seaweed right in front of me, right here, and then it's all kind of clear in front of the resort. Because these people know that people are getting sick on these beaches. If you're lying it, if you're breathing it in, if you have any sort of respiratory issues or irritation or asthma, you do not want to be breathing in this stuff. It smells like rotten eggs, hydrogen sulfide. You know the smell. This is a little piece of paradise. Look at the beach, look at the water. You've probably got another 2 weeks of nice beaches like this. But the problem with Tulum is they have no access to the beach to pick all this seaweed up and the garbage. Hence, once this seaweed comes in, I would not come down here. At least Playa del Carmen, they're trying to manage the seaweed on here by getting the big machinery on here and picking it up. What they do is at sunrise in Playa del Carmen, people will come down with their forks and their rakes and they'll get the seaweed, they'll put it in a wheelbarrow, they'll take it down 500 meters to where the big tractor is, they'll put it in the big end part, and they will take it down the street and put it in a truck, and I don't know where those trucks go. So you can see on this beach right here, right in front of our resort, that they've tried to clear it out, and you can see a bunch of clumps where those people to the right, there's a clump there, there's a clump right in the middle, and there's a clump to the left here, because they have come down with the rakes and the hose and the forks, and they have cleared it out in front of their resort because they know it's bad for you. So Tulum has some issues here. It is going to explode as a tourist destination, beautiful beach, probably nicer than a lot of the beaches up and down the coast here. It's a little piece of Shangri-La right now, but the issue is they can't get any machinery down here to get rid of this seaweed, unlike Playa del Carmen. They need to clean these beaches with the seaweed and the garbage and the plastic cups and the water bottles and the chip bags and the wrappers. Thank you for coming along on this walk with me on the beautiful piece of Shangri-La, Tulum Beach here in Mexico. This is beautiful, but Tulum's gonna have to get the infrastructure in place in order to be able to clean up this seaweed before it ferments and makes people sick. Just want to say, if you have any questions, pop them in the comments section. I'm going to say ciao for now.